you for joining us again today for Devotions with Brother Aaron. I'm so glad you have made the choice to be here today, and I hope this devotion proves to be a blessing to you. I've entitled today's devotion, It's a Law. It's a Law. Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion states, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's not debatable. It is a law. It was a law before Newton articulated it, and it will be a law long after you and I are dead and gone. It doesn't change. One of the things that has made America great is that from her inception, the laws of God, the laws of nature, and the laws regarding common sense have been viewed as just that, laws. They were not open to debate. The Bible states it like this in Galatians 6:7. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. That's God's version of Newton's law. However, the thing that is causing America to unravel at the seams today is the fact that we have been systematically removing and dismantling all absolutes or laws, if you will, in our society. In our infinite wisdom regarding the moral, spiritual, and common sense realms, we are propagating the false belief that we can do whatever we desire without fear of consequences. We think that because we say so or we desire it, that spiritually and commonsensically speaking, we can suspend God's laws and there will be no consequences. How foolish of us to believe that. It doesn't work that way. Chaos has gripped America and the world today. Things that make absolutely no sense are now embraced as the norm. Let me say that one again. Things that make absolutely no sense are now embraced as the norm. And when a society scraps the natural order of things, chaos and judgment follow. I'm afraid that in America today, we have sown the wind and are reaping the whirlwind. Do you know why the Muslim faith is one of the fastest growing religions today? It's really simple. They have absolutes. And no, I do not agree with anything they teach. Don't misunderstand that. But that's not the point. The point is they have absolutes. There was a time when Christianity had absolutes. Not so much anymore. There was a time when preachers preached that you must be born again or saved to go to heaven when you die, and a changed lifestyle evidenced that salvation. Not so much anymore. There were expectations associated with church membership, especially for church leaders. Not so much today. There were societal absolutes. And even if a person wasn't a Christian, they were still a good moral person who adhered to the rules of society. Not so much today. Again, we've come to believe that we can do what we want and live however we want without fear of the logical consequences. How dare us stand in amazement at the chaos we are seeing today when we condone homosexuality, homosexual marriage, transgenderism, whatever sex you choose to identify as, divorce, children being born out of wedlock, abortion, alcohol abuse, illegal drugs, disrespect to parents, disrespect to children, disrespect of law enforcement personnel and those in authority over us, and civil disobedience. The truth is we are reaping exactly what we have sown. It's time and high time that America returns to her Christian Judeo heritage. It's time we had absolutes again. It's time we once again view the Bible and its teaching as absolutes. It's time we have discipline, respect, and godliness in America again. If we put forth the effort to live right, do right, and be right, that effort will push back the forces of darkness that have gripped us today. This is our only hope. Our hope is in not who gets elected. It is in us obeying God's laws. And things won't change until we do. It's a law, God's law. We reap what we sow. Lord, help us to hear, understand, and believe what you said in Galatians 6:7. You said, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Help us to understand that this is not open for debate. It's a law, and it's a law that doesn't change. God, help us to embrace it and live our lives in its truth. And I pray this in your name. Amen and amen.